allez, il faut se mettre en confiance, faut pas... On voit rien du terrain, donc on va y aller tranquille comme ça pour le temps de se mettre en jambes.
Là à droite, il dit.
Chut, 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 chut. Laisse-moi faire, laisse-moi faire. Ok? C'est là-haut? C'est où? À droite dans le web?
C'est là-bas,
Hein?
No comments, no comments. The sixth special was contested on the planned route, but 100 kilometres shorter because of yet more rain. Like Thursday, dunes and sand on the menu.
It's good to make a win, but we have, as I say, many days coming, so I will keep focused.
Adrian van Beveren keeping it real after his win yesterday, but after 3 frantic days for many riders, the first only sand special was an exercise in staying in touch rather than pushing too hard. Because navigating in the open desert can be very complicated. He picked up 4:47 in bonuses, but AVB finished 11th.
I made a little mistake on one waypoint C. I look around, I was like close to it, but I was searching. I lost maybe 2-3 minutes, but you know when you open, it's not easy.
Toby Price's strategy this year looks remarkably similar to me to when he won the Dakar 4 years ago. Third place today, cementing his place surely now as the favourite to lift the trophy. Who can stop the big kangaroo? Well, part Magnum PI, part Ron Burgundy, Skyler is absolutely flying at the moment. How's he doing it? 5th, 2/3 and now 2 seconds this week.
I got caught out a couple of times, jumped into some big compressions and stuff that just slowed me down a bit, but no, it was a really fun special, like a lot of dunes, but they were really nice to ride, and then the tracks in between were really fun.
He's building a very solid base from which to launch a charge for what would be a first Dakar title for the mustachioed American. But today belonged to another HUSQVARNA rider, and a Benavides. Kevin didn't get his 7th special victory, but little brother Luciano tops the podium for the first time. Starting 12th, the 27-year-old played it cool and steady, moving up the leaderboard throughout the day and eventually passing Price and Howes to win by 56 seconds.
It was a nice stage, more dunes. I started in 12th position, so I have some lines in front, but I enjoy all day. And after, yeah, I pushed all day, and it looks like I did a good job, and I finished in the top 5 for sure.
Howes has extended his overall lead to 3:31 over Price, with Big Ben 7 minutes back. Baby Ben's win means we've had 7 days racing and 7 different winners. Bloody brilliant bikes. After Sandra Gomez picked up 30 hours in penalties, Mirjam Pol is now the leading woman, 56th of 113 riders left in the competition. And the contest we thought we were going to see in the quads this year had a rerun on Friday afternoon, Giroud versus Andújar. With 120 to go, the Argentine had pulled out a 3-minute advantage, and he made it more than 4 by the finish. The French world champion lost a little time to Andújar, but he put another 3 minutes into Francisco Moreno Lopez, who finished 3rd today.
When the sand is wet, it's much harder, and the camel grass becomes like concrete. We're at the limit of what the car can handle. And what actually limits us is the damage that our bodies can take. At the speed we were going, we took off and landed at the bottom of a dune that was 10 or 15 meters high. And honestly, I have no memory of it because I lost consciousness. Edouard told me he was the one who switched off the engine. When I eventually came to, Edouard wasn't in the car, he was lying in front of it. We wanted to gain time on NASSER, we were going too fast. Stefan caught us before the CP. I was right behind him, following closely. And the next thing I saw was his car flying. And I flew after him and landed hard. We've broken our suspension and Edouard has injured his back.
Steven Peter Hansel will not be winning his 15th Dakar, and this is the first year he hasn't won a stage since 2015. He and co-driver Edouard Boulanger were flown to hospital after a crash with 150 to go. Audi teammate Carlos Sainz came a cropper at the same place, unharmed but lost time. Jamais deux sans trois, the French say, never two without three. And sure enough, Saudi superstar Yazid Al-Raji, who was on target for another podium, also had a dune disaster. With those three big names out of the reckoning, the fight was on for the podium. Gerland Shishoui won 3 days ago, and it was him against Henk Lattigan for a second day running. It went one way, then the other, but the South African took third by 20 seconds. And then there were two. Sebastian Loeb was looking to right the wrongs of the week with a second victory, and he pushed his pro drive as he became the hunter. But as we've said so many times before, there was no catching Nasser. Al-Attiyah was clear.
Well, the trend was reversed today, and other guys had problems for a change, so we should move up in the standings.
Nasser Al-Attiyah sensed the opportunity to extend his overall lead after the misfortunes of all his rivals. It looks like he's just driving to Sainsbury's. Mad. 2/3 of the way through the stage, he had a 4:30 advantage, and the result was never really in doubt.
We push a lot, and last 40k we broke the steering pump, and without any steering, and we have a lot of oil coming, but okay.
Barring some kind of catastrophe that's befallen everyone else in the category, Nasser will take his 5th Dakar title at a canter, but those things just don't seem to happen to him, do they? Let's cross now to the lightweight prototypes, where Guillaume de Mévius led for most of the day until Ignacio Casale went through the start line more than 4 hours after the Belgian. After 207, it was the Chilean who was leading, but he lost time on the very last straight of the day. It should be between de Mévius and Jones for the title. The others are all over an hour back. In T4s, the youngest of the Goxal started the day strongest, but started shipping time after the halfway point. Dad Marek posted the day's best time, 2:26 ahead of his brother MITCHEL. Gerard Farres has finished 6 minutes behind the two leaders. Still at the top of the general rankings, Rodrigo Lupe de Oliveira dropped down to 5th and lost 7 seconds to Rokas Baciuska, who finished 4th. You get stuck. Everyone gets stuck. But in the desert, help is hard to find. At your lowest points during trials and suffering, there's only one set of footprints in the sand. You can look up to the heavens for spiritual assistance, or you can hope for a spirit of generosity from someone passing by. Unfortunately, not every desert spirit will grant your wishes. Some just want to watch you struggle. Another titanic truck attack. Today, 20-year-old Mitchell van den Brink squared up against Jannes van Kasteren. Halfway through the day, just 2 seconds separated them, and it looked like they might even go Dutch and share the stage. But this was a day when young hearts ran free.
It was a nice day. I think it's the first stage win. So really happy. It was a nice day. We were battling together with Jannes the whole day, and we're happy with the result, so let's go.
Overall leader Alice Loprice had a trucking bad day. Van Kasteren is back in contention, and with Martin Macic gaining 24 minutes, the Czech might be in the title chase after all. Because of this, stages 7 and 8 have been reversed to create a sort of marathon stage this weekend. And for those of you looking for longer highlights of cars, trucks or anything else, they're on this channel underneath this video. They're also much more serious, so maybe head over there if you don't like my light-hearted approach. For the rest of you who like a joke cascade with your rally raid, stick around. I'll be back with more of both tomorrow.